Welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. It is March 6th. Hard to believe that we're in March already, but we are. The weather today and through the next, or at least through the weekend, we're looking at partly cloudy. It's chilly outside, 28 degrees, low of 20. Doesn't look like any 20% chance, but I don't think we're really going to get anything. Tomorrow, we're looking at a cloudy day with a high of 37 and a low of 25. Into Friday, possible snow to rain with a high of 40 degrees, a low of 29. Saturday, PM rain, a high of 54 and a low of 48. And then Sunday, it looks like mostly sunny, a high of 58 and a low of 33. So again, we're in that time of year where weather-wise we're flexing up and down and all over the place. But if you were like me, it was kind of an eye-opener this morning to walk out and think that, boy, I've got to warm up my truck before I get in it and drive it anywhere. A couple things of note around the city. A boil order has been issued at 10:10 this morning for the following: the Ridges Complex at Ohio University campus. The boil order is set to expire at noon tomorrow, so noon on March 7th. And as usual, these boil orders are often issued if we note that the distribution system water pressure drops below 20 psi, and it's precautionary. So again, if you're going to be using your water, please boil it, your tap water, or you can do what I do and run and get bottled water and use that for brushing my teeth, drinking water, and so on and so forth. There's a survey that's going to be going out to the community recently as we applied for as a bike-friendly community award. This is through the League of American Bicyclists. And the League of American Bicyclists, they certainly want to hear from you in terms of what your experiences are and perceptions of biking throughout the Athens community, and not just on the bike path or in bike lanes, but anywhere in the city. So please fill that out and get that back. It's an aggregated summary of the responses that'll be shared anonymously. So there's no indicators, as I've been told, on this with the application. The applicant community, that'd be us, as part of the bike-friendly community feedback report. So if you see it, it's not a sham, especially if it says the League of American Bicyclists. So that's the thing you want to look for. 2019 spring soccer, the registration is $35 per child. Registration is going to run, coaches meeting is May 27th at 6 p.m. Looks like, I don't see on here when registration is going to end, but the registration is open. So go down and register your children. The season will run April 8th through May 9th. The kindergartners and third and fourth graders will play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Game times are at 5:30 or 6:30, and first graders and first and second and fifth and sixth graders, they will play on Monday, Wednesdays. Again, same game times. If you have any questions, you can certainly call the community center at 592-3325. So soccer, everything soccer. Basketball, Smart Start basketball. Again, this is $35 per child. That registration is going on now. It's going to run March 4th, so it's already underway through March 31st. So come and register your children for that. That should be a good time for all. The dates for the gameplay will be April 2nd through May 7th. Ages 3 to 5-year-olds. It's on Tuesdays. It looks like it's 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. in the Athens Community Center gym. Let's see, other things. Oh, camp sign up. Athens Arts, Parks and Rec, there's an international camp, July 29th through August 2nd at the Athens Soccer Complex. So there's a separate camp programs for ages 3 through 14. free soccer ball and t-shirt, free app, and 20 skills videos. Free jersey, online, register online 30 days prior to the camp date. So again, camp date is July 29th. So please register and sign up for that. It's the Challenger International Soccer. Oh, let's see. There's lots going on in the city. The things I've already talked about. Something I haven't talked about, there's a cat art show. The opening reception is tomorrow evening, Thursday, March 7th, 5:30 to 8:30. Come and enjoy cat art, refreshments, silent auction, and cat videos. Well, you can't pass on those cat videos. Live cat-themed music, stylings by Stephen Zate, our one and only. So come check that out. Should be a good time. A couple things that I will be doing over the course of the next week or so. I will be attending the International Town Gown Association. I attend that too. This is the National League of Cities, to which, as I've mentioned in the past, I've been appointed to the Board of Directors. I've also been appointed under the Board of Directors, one of the committee meetings. I am on the National League of Cities Board Legislative Action Committee, to where we will lobby for various things such as potential funding for compassion fatigue. A lot of our first responders dealing with the opioid epidemic, find themselves over time really being impacted by the number of people that they're having to revive who have overdosed. And with that comes fatigue. For anyone who watched the movie that was shown here in Athens called Heroin, with the parentheses E, and it was about the opiate epidemic as experienced in Huntington, West Virginia, you could see on the faces of a lot of the first responders the impact that this is having on those who are caring for others. So those are some of the things that, like I said, under the National League of Cities that we're working on, as well as a whole sundry of other things. So I'll be representing the city and the state of Ohio next week in Washington, D.C. The following day, the Mayor's Partnership for Progress, to which I am the vice chair of, we will be at the State House. I was going to say Capitol Hill. I'll be there the day before. But on Thursday of next week, I will be up in Columbus meeting with individuals from Jobs Ohio, the Ohio Municipal League, the Ohio Mayor's Alliance, and then hopefully we're putting together time for all of us that are mayors within the Mayor's Partnership for Progress to meet with our state representatives as well as state senators, advocating for things such as broadband, also dealing with the opioid epidemic, local government funds, making sure that people with developmental disabilities are being recognized and treated properly. So a whole slew of things that are going on up there. So just know that I am working diligently for everyone. That said, this month is a special month. This is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Time to create an awareness about developmental disabilities, teach the importance of inclusion within every aspect of life, teach the importance of inclusion, like I just mentioned that, share the stories of individuals with disabilities, show that successful life is possible. In the city, we will be turning the cupola lights in the city building blue for the entire month in observation of Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. I have some wonderful guests here with us today. Sitting right in front of me, Noah Tremblay. Sitting off to my right is Billy Peacock. Sitting to my left is Arian Smedley, and then in the audience that you cannot see, Kevin Davis, the director, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin, correct? Great term, thank you. For the Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities, as well as Tina Wilson, who's here with us today as well. And I have a proclamation that I would like to read, and then I have some very important events going on this month that I want to make sure everyone's aware of. Office of the Mayor, proclamation. Whereas individuals with developmental disabilities, their families, friends, neighbors, and co-workers encourage everyone to focus on the abilities of all people. And whereas the most effective way to increase this awareness is through everybody's active participation in community activities and the openness to learn and acknowledge each other's contributions. And whereas policies must be developed, attitudes shaped, and opportunities offered that allow people with developmental disabilities to live as independently and productively as possible in our community. And whereas the City of Athens is proud of the many community partners, such as the Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities, that allow everyone to use their abilities to assist in the creation of our accepting and open community. And whereas the purpose of the Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities is to provide vital support and resources to over 600 Athens County residents and with developmental disabilities and their families. And whereas we encourage all citizens to support opportunities for individuals with developmental disabilities in our community that include full access to education, housing, employment, and recreational activities. Now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of the city of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim March 2019 as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month and offer full support to efforts to assist people with developmental disabilities to make choices that enable them to live successful lives and realize their potential. We urge all citizens to join in this celebration by spreading awareness of the many contributions offered by people with developmental disabilities in our community. Billy, thank you for being here today. This is for you. And thank you again. Thank you all for being here. Before you take off, let me go through some of the events. The Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities Give Back Night, that was March 1st, which I would imagine that was a good event.
It was great.
The 7th, tomorrow, is the Athens News, Athens County Developmental Disability Board Special Edition. It's available county-wide, so check that out. This is the 9th year that they're going to be publishing, and it's published tomorrow. Look forward to seeing that. Now, the biggies. And I will be partaking in this. It's going to be the March on Court Street. I really enjoy this event because there's a large number of people that turn out. It'll be Friday. It's March 8th from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. You can join us for the second annual March on Court Street to increase awareness, disabilities awareness. And I believe that Commissioner Eliason, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be there. No? He can't do it. I will be there. I will be there. I'll be there and I'll say a few words and I'll be representing.
Billy will be there.
And Billy is going to be there. Wonderful. And then there's the Developmental Disabilities Awareness Festival. This is March 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. This is going to be, I believe, is in the community center. It's typically in the community center. So come join us for that event. That's a large event, and there's great representation for all service agencies, and then some. I mean, it's just a wonderful event. I encourage people to just go, immerse yourself, explore, learn, and get to know our neighbors all around us. So come check that out. And then finally on my list, Integrated Athens Open House. This is going to be April 2nd, so into April. April 2nd, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The Athens County Board of Developmental Disabilities Office of Integrated Athens is officially launching its year. All right, they're going to focus on promoting and enhancing integration and inclusion efforts for the benefit of individuals with developmental disabilities, their families, and for the community at large. And that will be at 9033 Lavelle Road in Athens. So come and celebrate with everything ACBDD. Come and celebrate. So again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming. again, I love this. This is wonderful. It's wonderful to always stay engaged and to support everybody in our community. You are very welcome. I have another proclamation, and that is to recognize International Women's Day. So let me read this proclamation. Office of the Mayor proclamation. Whereas celebrating its 108th anniversary, International Women's Day, March 8th, 2019, is a global day of recognition and celebration across the world, which attempts to eradicate discrimination against women. And whereas International Women's Day has a profound impact on helping to change attitudes about women and girls and to increase opportunities for women. And whereas International Women's Day enables women and girls in Athens, Ohio, and globally to make the most of their abilities as they work to achieve their goals and dreams. And whereas our city, Athens, Ohio, and the world are increasingly reaping the rewards of women's talents, accomplishments, and perspectives. And whereas Balance for Better is the 2019 theme for International Women's Day, and by honoring equal opportunities and equal rights for women, we in Athens are helping ensure progress for all citizens. Now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, Mayor of the City of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim Thursday, March 8th, 2019 as International Women's Day in the City of Athens, and urge all members of our community to join in recognition of International Women's Day. So that's all I have for today. So thank you for... Oh, I've got one more thing. I almost forgot. I have one more thing that Zach so kindly pointed out to me. This was presented to me last week by Director Rick Sorois, the Director of the Code Enforcement Office. And it's really commendable that the Code Office has a electric vehicle fleet. They received a few weeks back their third electric vehicle, and so they are the first EV fleet here in Athens and possibly Athens County. And I need to do a little fact checking that we may even be the first in Southeast Ohio with an EV fleet. But a big thank you to Director Sorois for really taking the green-fueled vehicles by the horns and driving them right into the city of Athens. So big thank you to Rick Sorois. Again, that's all I have for today. And one last mention, hopefully we will see a big turnout on March 8th for the March on Court Street. So come down and march with us, 9:30 to 10:30. Should be, again, a great time, a lot of fun. And the weather will be a little chilly, but that's okay. We can deal with it. We will adapt. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you'll tune in again next week for the next installment of the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Take care.